Hello, everybody. This is our second episode of EquiTalk. This is our Twitch channel, and every week we will be speaking to some personality from the equestrian world. Last week we've been chatting with Kendra Brinkop, and the interview is still available on our YouTube channel, so you can still see it if you need to watch it. Today we're here with Pietro Grandis, so thank you, Pietro, for joining us. And
No problem. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you.
nice to see you too. If it's all right with you, we can start. And
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
we'll start with some personal questions. So,
Okay.
what did you dream of when you were a child?
My dream has always been to be a champion at something. I didn't really know what it was, and after I find my purpose in horses, and I wanted to go there all the way, and I decided that that was going to be my life, and I decided I don't wanted to be a champion in horse riding.
Okay, so would you say that you always wanted to be a champion in horse riding?
No, because I started riding quite late, around 10, 11 year old. And before I used to do a lot of sports,
Mhm.
football, swim, and many. And yeah, not to be arrogant, but I was pretty good in all of them.
Okay.
So I was not really sure of what I was going to do. But I knew that my future was not in an office, was not on the books, and I knew that sport was my chance to um, expose and develop myself
Okay.
in something else, and was going to be the way I could make a living out of it.
Okay. Why don't you tell us one of your best memories in life?
Oh, I have to say that I'm a really lucky person. I live a very beautiful life, and I'm lucky enough to say that I do every day what I love. So, actually, every day for me is truly a beautiful experience and a beautiful opportunity to enjoy and go through my day. Definitely, as a person, I will say I have in my mind some achievements that I had, like my first four-star. I think was a big achievement for
Mhm.
me. But on the athlete side, I always like to say that my favorite is the next one. I like to look further.
Okay. So yes, we guess you're a very lucky person if you dream your life every day.
Yeah.
Um, why don't you describe yourself in two or three adjectives for us?
Huh, I will say I'm a very determined
Mhm.
person, very persistent, and as an Italian, of course, I'm really passionate.
Okay. And one of your flaws? Everyone has them.
Ah, yeah, I wish I had just one, but for today we will stop there. I will say just
Mhm.
one. I'm definitely not a person that like to wait. I'm not really
Very
patient.
patient.
Like when it comes to business and horse riding, I know how to control well myself and to go every step in order to get to my goal. But in normal life, in private life, I'm not very flexible. I don't like to wait and come to a
Okay,
compromise.
that's such a big flaw. Um, what about your free time? How do you like to spend your time when you're not horse riding?
I really love fitness, so I love to go running or train, or I really love food as an Italian, so I like to go to a nice restaurant with some good friends. I love sushi. I love cars. Here near me, we have a beautiful garage with many luxury brands, and I used to go there and dream a little bit of what it's gonna be like my future car.
Okay. Now we will ask you some quick questions. I mean, you can answer quickly, just to get to know you better. Uh, who
Okay.
is your favorite horse?
Dumba. 6-year-old mare, jumping horse in our stable. She's a beautiful girl, a very strong character, but very sweet.
Okay. What is your secret dream?
Yeah, one that is not secret because I tell it to everyone every day is to win the Olympics. But a secret one, I will say, to have one day the power and the money to give my mom a salary that she can work with me every day. Actually, she does work with me already, but she does it for free for many years.
Okay, that's my secret dream. Um, and
Yeah.
what is your favorite music?
I like to move from any type of music, I will say, but the one I listen the most is probably rap,
Okay.
American rap.
Name us a couple of artists that you listen to.
Yeah, very old school stuff like Notorious Big, Tupac,
Okay.
Eminem, stuff like this.
Okay. What about your competitions? Which one is the most important that you took part in?
I will say the most important so far has been the European Cup,
Mhm.
definitely. Thanks to Mickey, I have the opportunity to compete at many beautiful international competitions and the most prestigious ones here around Europe. Yeah, but I want to compete at the real ones very soon.
Okay. And you said you start riding a bit late. How old were you?
10, 11, I will
Oh, okay.
say. And I started with like agonistic riding around 12,
Okay.
13, not
Okay.
earlier.
And so you said you like food. Which one is your favorite food?
I will say pasta, especially carbonara. If it was for me, I will eat it every day. But I like also to be fit and light for the horses, so it's not possible to
Okay.
do that.
Tell us something you cannot do without. Something you.
I can't stay without horse riding and without competitions. For me, it's not possible. I need both. I need both.
Okay. What do you say? What is your most productive part of the day?
Probably is the morning because yeah, I wake up early. I like to have a long breakfast and get myself ready for the day. And in the morning is the moment where I ride the most of the horse. So probably is the time where I get the most out of it. Even if in the afternoon I ride more and I like always to do fitness in the evening. But yeah, the morning is pretty intense.
Okay. Since you said you love cars, which one is the car of your dreams?
I will say not less than La Ferrari, the hypercar from Ferrari.
Okay.
I mean, I'm also Italian. Like Ferrari is Ferrari, for us
Okay.
is the number one.
Yes, Ferrari is our dream car for everybody.
Yeah.
Um, we will start with some equestrian questions soon, but I just wanted to remind everybody who's watching that we'll give them a 10% discount if they want to shop on our team website today for 24 hours. So everyone who's watching, shop on our website. Then we'll ask you some equestrian questions, as I said. You train with Michael Jung, who is a legend for the ones who know him.
Yeah.
What can you say about him? What is it like to train with such a legend?
Yeah. First of all, for me, it's every day a honor, and I'm very very proud of it because it's an opportunity that very few people have, and I'm really lucky to have it. The biggest thing that Mickey taught me is the work ethic. You know,
Mm.
every day wake up, show up in the stable, concentrate, and work, and every day improve a little bit, make yourself better, make your horses better, and always believe that you can get better, and also your horses they can do it. And one of the biggest philosophy of this training is learn by doing.
Okay.
So if you do it every day and you try your best, at one point it will work. It's a matter of fact.
Okay, and is there anything technical that Michael taught you that you think that turned out to be essential for you, like a technical advice?
Uh, it's difficult to bring all our training and all the philosophy of
Yes.
Mickey in one word,
Okay.
but I will say to make it quick in one word is harmony. The horse and the rider they have to work 100% together, and they have to listen to each other and yeah, work together in a harmony where everything comes easy and the horse and the rider understand each other in a very simple way.
Okay. You said before that you like to exercise very much. Can you show us how do you train?
Yes, I have some schedules from a friend of mine, which is a personal trainer,
Okay.
and which I are made to train muscles that I need for riding.
Hmm?
So I don't use much weights. Like I use my body weight
Okay.
to get stronger. But recently I have bought some little things like these.
Mhm.
Wait. Oh, no, I'm not so good. I have a balance board
Okay.
and some weights and some stuff for training.
Okay. Um, we want to ask you something about eventing because, as everyone knows, I guess, eventing includes disciplines. And is there one of these three that you feel best at?
Huh. Definitely, I have to improve in every single one. Like there is always room for that. I really love cross country. I think every eventing rider does. And of course, probably you're thinking why I'm not replying in saying which one is my best one, because I don't like to tell myself I'm better in this one than in the other one, because my goal is to get better and become better than anyone in every single one.
Okay. And if you had to choose the most difficult one for you, which would it be?
Most difficult. Yeah, I don't want to offend anyone, but I don't know. I don't know. It's difficult to say. But yeah, I really love all three, and I hate to say I'm not good in one. And but yeah, let's say show jumping. Come on.
Show jumping.
Yeah,
So what?
I don't want every venting rider will say dressage, but I like
I
dressage.
thought you
I
would
don't.
have said dressage.
Sorry.
I thought you would have said dressage. I was
Yeah, but everybody will say dressage, and I don't want to offend always the dressage people. I'm planning also to ride the Italian Championship for dressage this year. So yeah, let's say show jumping in the end. My results, they are going to show if I'm good or not.
okay. But so if you want to get better, how do you train to get better?
First, yeah, with or without competition, you have to analyze where you make mistakes,
Mhm,
what's the situation where you fail,
mhm.
and what is not working in the communication between you and your horse. And after that, you analyze what happens in that moment, why it happens, and after you find an exercise that can help you and your horse to improve in that particular situation.
Okay.
And especially, of course, when you go in competition and you have two down show jumping, for example, and you have this situation, you understand what you have to work at home. The same for the dressage, where you make a mistake, you have to work on it.
Mhm.
And the same for the cross country. Definitely, the competition is the most testing moment where you understand where is your problems.
Another thing we wanted to ask you is what have you been doing in this period in which competitions did not take place because of the pandemic?
I have been training a lot. It was good time for me to improve my relationship, especially with the horses I got from Scuderia, because I got them quite late last year, and there was an opportunity to develop our partnership and get to know them a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
I had the opportunity to plan really well the upcoming season and to improve every area where I have problems. And it's also good time, to stay at home together and improve the horses,
Mm-hmm.
put a bit more work in the young ones, in the upcoming ones. And yeah, I have missed a lot of competitions, but in the end, it's not a good reason to say I stop because I like to take advantage on the others at this moment. So I hope they didn't train much, so I can beat them.
We said before that the title of this EquiTalk is "Just Be Brave." Can you say something about this? What do you mean by "just be brave"?
You know, I come from nothing. Like I was born in Italy in a small town where horse riding is nearly nothing, and now I have the opportunity to work with probably the best ride ever. I have an amazing sponsor like Scuderia, and it didn't come everything in one day, but it came everything from one decision, which it was the one to leave my house to follow my passion.
Mm-hmm.
Even I was nobody and I did not have the skills and the ability to do what I'm doing today. But I decided that that was my way and I wanted to do that. And I took my bags and I left. So the advice I can say to the young people that they don't know where to start or they don't know what to do,
Mm-hmm.
just take a chance, just go. Or it can be your neighbor that he has 4 cows and 2 horses, and or it can be a stable in another country. Just go, and now with this era of social media, you can follow our stable, Stefek stable, so many other stables. You see who is the groom there, who is the rider there. Get in touch with them, follow them, write them a message. If you want to get in connection with some stables, you can do it alone without any recommendation. You just need to want it, and in the end, in such big stables, everybody needs help always.
Of course. And why would you say you choose eventing as your particular sport?
Where I started riding was an eventing stable, so I have been always directed that way to be an eventing rider. And after when I started, I really liked it. Especially, I like the fact that the competition lasts so long, and the phases also they are not just 1 minute like in show jumping.
Okay. Um, can you tell us how do you feel when you're horse riding, when you're on the saddle, in the saddle?
I feel in peace. I feel like I am where I want to be. I feel like I'm in the right place and that moment where I don't want to be anywhere else and there is no rush. I'm very calm. I'm happy to be there. It's where I want to be and the rest doesn't matter.
Okay. So you feel really confident. And was there a time in which you felt like giving up everything you were doing?
Oh, so many times. So many times, to be honest. Before coming to Germany and my first years of Germany where yeah, the effort was much more always than the results. Like I was trying so hard, the results they were not coming. I was was also not easy so much with the money. It cost a little bit like every sport at the top level, and I was always spending my parents' money, not bringing home results and so on. And in the end, I never had the opportunity to say I make my own business. And my chance to get horses from someone else, or the trust someone else, was to win, and I was not winning at all. I was far from that. So I was many times thinking I give up, but in the end, it was just a thought. Like, I had always inside me this pride that didn't let me give up. I always going, and I decided that I will keep going until I succeed.
Of course, must have been disappointing at first, but how did you overcome those moments?
Oh, I was really lucky to have my mom beside me. That she was helping me a lot. Like, she was able to keep me quiet and give me the power and the knowledge of an older person to say, stay quiet. With the time, it will come. You have to train. You have to learn. You are just young. You will see one day. You will do it. And I have been intelligent enough to listen to her, and in the end it worked. And after, for some reason, on one side it's good to have it, on the other side it's not good to have it. I had always this strong character and this pride inside me that doesn't allow me to give up, and I always kept going in the end.
Okay. We wanted to speak a bit about meritocracy because you are a very good example of somebody who achieved what he wanted through his merit. So, what can you tell us about meritocracy? How do you feel about it?
Uh, a very testing moment for me was a few years ago when I fell off and I break my neck, and there I had to decide where if I really wanted to do it, or I didn't want to do this. And at that moment, I understand also what it means, to be an athlete, what's the risks and so on, the sacrifice and everything. And so I had to make a deal with myself, look myself in the mirror, and decide how bad I wanted to get what I want. And I have decided to go all the way. That this was my passion. It is my passion, and I want to be a champion in this. And in the end, I have seen that when you really put yourself 100% in something, and you try really, really hard, even when you don't see any results from your work, at one point it will work. Me, I'm the perfect example for everyone that talent doesn't exist. It's just about hard working and hard.
Okay.
It depends how much hard you work.
So, would you say that equestrianism is a meritocracy sport?
Um yeah, I think in anything you do, if you work hard and you believe in yourself, you can achieve whatever you want.
So, you would say meritocracy is everywhere if you believe in what you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yes, because really, if you put yourself 100% in something and you never stop, at one point you will do it well.
Okay. Um, we wanted to ask you, how would you say that this sport changed your life?
He made me much better person, because I have learned to use much more my brain, my mind,
Mhm.
and to have much more control on myself, on my emotions. And to control yourself is one thing, and is 50% of the work, but be so calm and quiet, to have the ability to teach someone else something, that it can be a horse or a person. You need really to test yourself as a person,
Mhm.
and have a really good control on what you know, and how you can tell to another person or horse how to do it.
Okay. You seem to be very focused on horse riding, but how do you see yourself in 10 years' time from now?
I I hope to have many more good results in my palmarès. I hope to be still riding. I think it will be definitely. And maybe now I'm 27. In 10 years, I would like also to have a family.
Okay.
And yeah, just doing what I'm doing at the moment with better results and a better economic situation for me, for everyone around me, and have the opportunity to help people like me that they are coming from normal reality and give them the opportunity to reach their dreams.
Okay. We hope so too for you. We see a lot of awards behind you. Can you tell us something about them?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite horses. Is Chocolat. Is the horse which I have been riding the European Cup with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have a great story together because when I came here, he was 4. He was a baby, so he did the first jump with me and the first show with me. I did my first international show with a horse from Equi with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I went up every class, every step with him up to come to the European Cup. He gave me my first international victory out. Yeah, he really helped me to get in the position where I am today.
And what about all those cups behind you?
Uh, yeah, I have one cup which I have won last November with Fortune, a horse from Scuderia, and yeah, one last summer. And this is the helmet from Capitalia, which you get when you ride for Italy, and you use it just at the championship. So I keep it here, but I hope to wear it in the end of the season.
Okay. You said something before about your neck injury. How did that happen?
Was back in 2016. I take part to an indoor competition,
Hmm?
and I had a rotational fall. I fell on my neck,
Mm-hmm.
and I broke 2 vertebrae, maybe 3. I don't remember, but I think 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I got some screws in it.
Oh.
And yeah, for 3 millimeter, basically, I didn't die or I didn't get paralyzed from my chin to my feet. And yeah, it was difficult time, but in the end, I remember it as a good experience. I really learned a lot, and I got better from that situation. And definitely, if that day won't happen, I will be not in this position today because he gave me really the strength to bring my game to the next
Of
level.
course. But was it difficult to recover from that injury physically? I mean.
Physically not, because after 2 months I was back on the horse.
Oh.
Like it was really quick and very easy because here there are no joints or whatever, so just the bones they needed to get fixed, and I was ready to go. I have to say it's been harder mentally than physically
Mm-hmm.
to come back from it because the first place I started riding like nothing happened, and I went up back a little bit too fast and I got scared.
Oh, okay.
And after that I had one difficult season on the mental side, but after I met my mental coach Manuel Lisi,
Mm-hmm.
and we worked on that problem, and we made of that day my, I don't know how to say, my biggest strength,
Mm-hmm.
my biggest optional. It became my strong point. Yes, definitely.
Okay. Which athletes inspire you the most?
I love to move from many sports. Like I'm passionate about any sport basically. I love Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant,
Mm-hmm.
Conor McGregor, and yeah, I love because I see all these people in the end. What they have in common is an insane passion for what they do, an insane work ethic.
Oh.
And yeah, like we said before, they all say if you work really hard and you believe in yourself, you can succeed.
Of course. Maybe we can now wait a couple of minutes to see if anybody has any questions for you.
Right. No problem.
Okay. Kobe. Everybody likes Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he's a legend. Mamba mentality, you know, he's I he's incredible. He's incredible.
So you already mentioned it. Next week we'll be speaking to Manuel Alghisi, and he's your
Yeah.
coach. So
Yeah, exactly.
can you do a little introduction on him?
So Manuel Alghisi is a fantastic guy and a very friendly person, a great friend, an amazing professional mental coach. He has changed my life, um, not just in horse riding, but also my private life. He gave me the tools to really improve myself and enjoy this enormous gift, which is life, that everyone of us has. And together we have created a very strong team. We have a really good bond. We find well each other.
Mm-hmm.
We know where we want to go, and we help each other to get in that place. And everyone, I think, should take a few minutes to listen to him. First of all, because he's really funny, so you will laugh. And the second, he's a person that does with love his job. And when you do that, you know, it's always working. And he's extremely honest in what he does. What he does.
We'll be speaking to him next week. We have a question for you. Will you have some competitions in the next weeks?
Yeah, finally next week I have my first international competition. I'm riding 3 horses, 2 from Scuderia, and yeah, I'm really happy. Actually, outside at the moment is snowing. I hope it won't be like that.
Okay.
But yeah, let's go. Next week is time.
Where will this competition be?
We'll be in Radovcel, Gutbayerhof. It's a beautiful stable by the family Vogue nearby us, near the Lake of Constance.
Okay, so still in Germany.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. How do you train when you have such a big competition, and how do you train your horses? I mean, is there anything particular that you do the days before the competition?
Yeah, you know, get the horse ready for the competition is a long process with the fitness and train every phase. You have to go step by step. You can't get everything done in just a few days. And definitely the 1-2 weeks before the competition, I stop to do. No, I stop. I focus more on what they will be the exercise, especially for the dressage in that competition, and maybe I leave by the side what's the other exercise from other tests. And I focus a little bit more on that. Cross country, I will train just to get the horse a good feeling and happy feeling, not too difficult things. Show jumping, jump a nice course, easy stuff to have fun, to have a good feeling, and to have a little bit gymnastic for him, for his muscles, his joints, and uh, and after definitely is important how well you have been working the months before, and you will find that out in competition.
Okay. And what about this COVID period? Do you think this was positive or negative for your training and the training of your horses?
You know, for us as eventing rider in the winter, we don't compete because there are no eventing competition, so it hasn't be actually a limit. Last year we have been lucky enough to do some competitions. Unfortunately, there have not taken place important competition with big prize money, which for the big riders is not a good thing because it helps the business to keep going. And for the show jumping, it's been harder because there are less competition and there are many riders that they want to ride showing. And we have many jumping horses that they need to go out to make experience, to make condition. For me, I have to say personally, with my horses, uh, last year I didn't miss competitions, and this year I had a good time to train. And Mickey was a little bit more at home with me, so he could help me more. It was actually good.
Okay.
Was actually good.
Something positive.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I had the time to do some other things, improve myself in other things, and yeah, I try to take the positive out of it.
Okay, so that's always important. What else have you been doing during this period?
Sorry?
What else have you been doing during this period, apart from
Uh, cooking, training, cooking, training, visit some friends, but not much. And yeah, basically, I spend my time riding and not much more other than that. Yeah, we do some barbecues when it's not snowing outside, and I go to visit some friends. But yeah, now next week is showtime, so it's over.
Okay. So if we don't have any other questions, we really thank you for being here with us. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for me.
The video of today's EquiTalk will be available tomorrow on our YouTube channel. And as we said, we'll be speaking to Manuel Alghisi next week. So you can see our EquiTalk next week too. And that's it. Stay updated with our latest news and see you next week.
Thank you very much. Bye, everyone. See you. Bye bye.
Bye.